I was interested in the traces that people left behind. Right through my career at the moment, I think it's very much about sort of the collapsing time somehow, the collapsing time of reading a book or listening to a piece of music, layering of experience and layering of time. I grew up in Birmingham. It wasn't like I was raised in an artistic house. You know, it was very much a medical house. My father was a surgeon. The one massive thing that changed in my life was to come to London. In some way, it was this great explosion of culture. You know, I was introduced to all these writers and these books. I started with photography, and those influences became the artwork. I'm known for monochromatic works, and more recently I've been moving into colour. It may have something to do with the fact that I am married to someone who uses a hell of a lot of colour in her work, and we're right next door to each other. For me, the significance of the colour blue is that it can have an immediate effect on emotion. I think it can make some people very, very happy, and it can make some people very, very sad. I've been making stamp paintings for a number of years, usually using language, picking up on different influences, poets or writers or philosophers, and then trying to, I suppose, make a passage of writing that was more meaningful to my life. Ceaseless the action of water and almost silent rock craters, sound the sheep, the waves escape the sky, dead branches seen cross spaces. They make enough follow isolation, since you will never know. The most important thing, I think, is the fact that it's the eradication of that language. And actually, when you're standing in front of it, you're just falling into it more than trying to read it. My mother was a pianist, so I grew up around music, sheet music all over the floor. For the music pieces in the show, I would have these sheets of dyed music paper, and then I start to scan them and layer them. You're focusing on the fact that it's not a photograph anymore, it's actually about my hand. The white window photographs, I've been making them for probably around 5 years. I've always sort of been fascinated by the marks made by the people who have left the building, and they whitewash the window. So then by layering them and over again, you sort of pick up on the different gestures made from the different windows. So I saw them as, in some way, eradication of the past or an eradication of time. I'm making a piece of public art in London this year of 65,000 photographs cast in aluminium. My mother died when she was 59. In her time, there was only 360 photographs, and today, over the last 5 years, I've made around 65,000 pictures. So it's almost like a kind of a weird explosion of image making. So I wanted to sort of capture that time somehow, this sort of collapsed time. The sculpture, My Mother, is a small plaster Jesmonite sculpture that is made up of around 360 photographs cast in plaster. Through looking at these edges of a photograph, you're sort of almost looking at the nature of image making, but also the sort of volume of time.